Every one of us as Biafra, we have done a great job to get to where we are today. But how are we going to do to sustain it? How can we sustain this success that we have made? We were able to hold the template of Master Simon Ekpa that he drew by himself, wrote by himself. And by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, on the 29th of November 2024, even in the absence of Master Simon Ekpa, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze, declared and said, on behalf of the Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, today, we declare the United States of Biafra. We become a sovereign state. Every one of us shouted, and we all supported, and we put our hand together and pushed on that declaration. Declaring Biafra is one thing. Defending it is the major job. How are you defending the Biafra that have been declared? How? And this question goes to everybody, both old and young, poor and rich, followers and leaders. How are you defending this Biafra that was declared? So many of us are still on their own camp. When we talk about the 40 states that were created. We still mention the templates that were there, every single thing, but at the same time, you are doing a different thing. How are you defending that United States of Biafra that was declared? If truly you believe that it was declared, unless you don't believe, if you don't believe, you're a different thing. If you're not part of us, you're a different thing. I don't blame you. But for those more than 50 million people that put their hand on that voting, and you voted, I voted and said, go ahead with this declaration. I gave my consent for this declaration. Every single one of us, more than 50 million, we gave our consent for the declaration. And to the glory of Chukwu Okike Abiama, it was done. We are now in defense. How are you defending the declaration? In your own way. Whether you are in the Liberation Army or you are not. Whichever area you are doing your own job, how are you defending it? Be a part of that is decent and be an ambassador for the kind of Biafra you want to live in. Be a part of all that is decent. Be a part of all that is decent and be an ambassador for the kind of Biafra you want to live in. The ball is in our court. You don't just fold your hands and manna will fall. Gone are the days when manners are falling from heaven. It is no longer coming. You must be serious and know what to do. Thank you so much, my beloved brother Christian, for that super chat. I appreciate you for that support. Thank you, my brother Christian. May Chukwu Okike Abiama replenish you. Thank you so much. We must begin to have a rethink on how we do things, how we operate, and how we approach issues. The declaration is important. The most important thing today, how are you going to defend it? Sustain it until we get to our homeland. Wherever you are as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama to pay attention because a lot is happening. The Janjaweed are stepping up the game. If we don't do something, nobody is going to do anything for us because the global conspiracy is huge. If we don't do something, no human being will do anything for us. And the fact is that it is not that the world do not know what is happening. Anybody in this world, the planet Earth, that tells you that he doesn't know the situation of the Biafran people or what is going on in Nigeria is a liar. The whole world knows the situation of Nigeria. They know that the Janjaweed, the terrorists are in charge. They know The atrocities that the terrorists are committing against the Christians mainly, they know. The information is everywhere, including in Washington, D.C. They have the information there. But they are waiting and relaxing, waiting for you to take action. Just as they told Mazen Nandekano, they told him to go and do something. If you don't do something, nobody's going to listen to you. That until you show that your freedom worth your blood, nobody will listen to you. That is why we must wake up and begin to do it. If you think they don't know, they know what is happening even better than you do. They know. They know what is happening. But they will not do anything except you activate them. Police police. If you decide not to do something, nobody is going to do anything for you. That is why you must have to learn to stand up, do what you have to do, fight your battle. If you do not fight, nobody is going to come and fight for you. You must start up the battle, then the helper will come. That is why we are calling on everybody, wherever you are. Keep that quarreling. Keep your envy and jealousy. Keep aside your greed. Join us and speak. Join the battle. That is the only thing you can do. Let us come together and fight this battle. Some of us are busy being occupied with envy and jealousy. Look at what is happening in Biafra land today. Some of people are busy dragging the youth into misbehavior, dragging the youth into taking unnecessary risk. And you think all is well. All is not well. And I have a message I have to play. This message was left in Igbo language. This message was dropped in Igbo language, but I will play it for those who understand Igbo language to pay attention to this very message that was delivered in Igbo language, to more especially the Igbos. I want you to pay attention to this very message. It's a very important message. Maybe some of us might be
kidney na liver nke a na-akpọ organ harvesting ebe niile ndị dibia a na-enyi nwaanyị n'afọ ime were ndị fake pastors ewela aka odo na-akụwa ụmụazị bekasịa ha achụ aja ego onye ọbụla chọrọ inwe ego nwatakịrị nọ na university 18 years 19 years njelu na one of the universities that is for federal government consulting work Blue Land Cruiser 2025 wee na-abịa akwụkwọ ụfọdụ na-ajụ kelee ebe mmiri si ba bụ opi ụgbọgụrụ kelee ebe mmiri ya si gbalụ ebe o si gbalụ bụ mgbe anyị bido celebrate mesọnsọ ndị ji ego eziafa ka ego ọsị na ala Igbo ego ka eziafa ihe onye ọbụla chọrọ bụ by all means ka ego ahụ ruo ya aka and by the way ndị niile a na-eti money na water adreesị ndị Igbo o ji ehi 120 ni nna ya o ji akpati 590 million ni nne ya o mere nke a wenata n'aka ndị Igbo wenata n'aka ọsọ ụnụ fụlụ ego ebi m ma Abuja bịa Abuja ka ịfụ ndị nwere oyi uwe ka ha na-eyi sandal na-agala onwe ha n'ilo jee na Yoruba ka ịfụ ndị nwere oyi uwe ji aka ha n'anya moto na-akpọghọ bodyguards n'ihe niile na-ahụ ya anyị n'ọnụ bụ mgbede ụfọdụ ajụ ihe niile a na-eme ebe etu anyị si efe ego a na-atụ ego na bọndụ na-atụ n'ihe ego elu eji akwamozu ekreti go VIP onwe onye na-eji ama ọnụ dị ite na ọka amala ụdị wine na aṅụlọ na akwamozu nne akpati ya ọdụ floating ka akpati ya ọbụ gold nsusu anyị ụwa ndị ọzọ enebego anya anyị na-asịwa na anyị ma ihe na anyị ma ihe mana n'omume niile ọ dị ka ihe ndị ma ihe na-eme ọ bụ na ndị ọbụla na-efi ego na-achọ ka ọ kpata ego ndị ikele na ndị nze na ọzọ na ndị igwe na ndị eze enweghị onye anyị echi echichi n'aha onye nwere ego ndị ụka enweghị onye anyị abịa na nne maọbụ nna ya mbụ bishọp maọbụ echichi ọbụla ochiri n'aha onye nwere ego ndị nwere ego ka a na-echi esi nne na-echi ada ụka na nke ọzọ ndị ụmụ ha nwere ego ịgba anụ na ụmụaka na-ene n'ihe niile achọ ka ha kpata ego by all means echekwana na ntọ ya akwụsị taa echekwana na ihe ọjọọ ya akwụsị mgbanwe niile a ga-ebido ịkwụsịnụ mgbe ndị ụka bidoro ikwu eziokwu mgbe anyị ereseti ogbenye maka na ọgwụgbala aka ọtọ chọghị ịkpa ego ọbara mgbe anyị ga-ene mmadụ anya wee sị ya na agaghị ebu ego okwu n'isi maka ụdị mmadụ ịbụ ebee ka ego gosi mgbe anyị ajụ nwa agbọghọ lụrụ ụlọ be nna ya ebee ka isi weta ego mgbe nwaanyị nọ na di nọkọta bụrụ bilonia overnight onweghị onye jụrụ ya ajụjụ ma di a na-etu ya achala ogo nsogbu anyị abago ụba so na anyị ga-ejikọta n'ụzọ ọjọọ ahụ anyị na-aga wee malite ugbu a jụọ onwe anyị ego niile a na-efe n'elu 400 cows eji enyi nne na nna akpati 1 billion anyị na-akọ maka ibu nne na nna gị nwụrụ anwụ na helikọpta ọbụbụ omenala anyị ọ na-abụ nje funerals mgbe ụfọdụ ifela a na-eme ifu ebe a na-akpọpụ nwanyị n'ọnwanyị 600,000 n'ọnwanyị 800,000 ndị VIP ka anyị kpachapụ anya the younger generation are looking at us afọ mbụ Timothy Ofebu ka anyị hie aka n'anya naanị Igbo ka ọ bụla ebe anyị ga-enwekwa contentment ihe onye nwere ka o ju ya afọ ka anyị hapụ ị na-ene anya ka anyị nwekọtachi ihe niile onwebeghị onye nwụchiri anya mụghe mala ebe ọ nọ ma ọ bụla onye nwụrụ anwụ eseta ụkwụbara aka gị ọtọ ụfọdụ akpakọchakwa ihe niile ofe oke ọhịa tụha ụfọdụ kpobiri nwụọ n'ike ọ bụrụ ihe niile a ka anyị na-egburu onwe anyị uche anyị n'ihu uche anyị n'ihu.
This is a very strong message for the Igbos, and I believe they have heard, because the message is mainly meant for the Igbos. And every single thing the man said are truths. They are all truth. What he said is the genesis of all these things you are saying today. This is why an Igbo man will go and have a deal with a Fulani that you know that doesn't like you. This is why somebody from Biafra and an Igbo person will begin to shout for election. You want to contest election. Even when you know that they will not vote for you. You just want to be the first Igbo man that became a president. Even when you know that these people don't want you. Look at some of them. Those of them that are moving with convoy, throwing money around. Go and check their background. Corrupt money, evil money, given to them by the caliphate to sell their soul, and they did. This is why Soludo will come and tell you that the criminals he knows are his people. You can imagine something, a full animal. Have you ever seen any governor coming out to tell you that these terrorists in the north, these terrorists, they are this, they are that? All they will tell you is that they come and tell you they are misguided people. That is how they address them. A full and politician will tell you that the terrorists are misguided. They are people. It's out of hunger. They are hungry. These are hungry. The next thing they will tell you they are foreigners. They come from outside. They will not even agree that they are terrorists. They don't even agree there. You saw Shegugumi making cases for them, going from offices to offices, making cases for them. Even warning the government to stop attacking them. Stop. Shogumi came on national TV and said, stop calling them terrorists. Don't you ever do that. If you want them to change, don't ever do that. But our own, we sell our soul for money and fame. And we stand in the front line to campaign. The most painful one is this changing of narrative today. They are trying to change the narrative that we are the kidnappers and no longer the Fulanis. And the people that are pushing it are Biafrans. It's a shameful thing. You're welcome, my beloved brother Christian. Thank you so much for joining.
Good morning, Mother Chooks.
No, my brother.
Yeah, so, Odego, my dear brother, this video from this brother you played now, he just hitting the nail on his head, you know.
Exactly, that's it. It's a bitter truth.
Yeah. You know, for me, I've always known for a very long time that that which is the strength of Ndigo is also their weakness. You know, because Ndigo, they are blessed with this talent to make money, to achieve greatness when it comes to money making, business, and all what have you. But then, if you are not able to draw a line between the quest for money and the quest for morality or standard,
Exactly.
then it becomes a problem too, you know. So, because like you just said earlier, no any other place in the region where you will have the representative of the people, you know, exposing his own people, even when they are at fault, even when they are at fault, they try to cover them up, you know, because you know that at the end of the day, it will come back to haunt you. That's not how the world is structured. You have to be able to protect. You have to be able to do right by your own people. So that is one question I always ask: who these people? And it's not just today. It's been around for almost as long as one could remember. The Azikiwes, the Azikiwes of this world, they taught the same part, you know, not caring, not minding what the consequence of the action will be on their future generation. This is what nation does. This is what people does all over the world. You must take into account when all is said and done, you've gone. What about your generations incoming? How are they going to, what is the fate that will befall them? This is things people take these things into consideration. When you see all the things that the Yorubas are doing, for example, we try to call them out, but in actuality, that is the nature of the game. Because if you don't make provisions that will outlive you and give the future generation a ground to stand on, then I don't know, it's just crazy, absolutely crazy. So we are struggling today as Ndigo, as Biafran, because those before us, for the most part, they did the wrong things. You know, the Ojukwu that were more like the Lone Ranger, they sabotaged him so badly, but he knew these things were coming, and it's happening today. You know, so what can we do? What can we say? I mean, it's incredible, absolutely incredible that we've left ourselves vulnerable, left ourselves to be abused and used by people who don't wish you well. You know, it's something we have to keep fighting, and for me, yeah, that is also why I support you strongly for your resilience. Keep coming, which is good, because we have no choice. We have to, you know, if we don't, then it will get worse. So we have to keep pushing. And you know, the last time was that was last week. My network was bad, so bad, so bad.
Yeah, you left without your remarks.
Well, I had other things that I wanted to say, but the network was just kicking me out, in and out, and you know, so, and then I think I tried to listen on the background because I couldn't come in, and there are other guests that came in and made very good points. So, and yeah, I don't know, but I'm sure they are dealt with now. Those issues has been, I don't know if you moved on from there, because I see that on that very day, me and you in particular, we were more like on the same line, so to speak, you know. So, and yeah, I don't know much what to say about it, but I think I overheard you saying now that was it today or maybe it was yesterday? I can't remember when it was that when you made yourself, it was more like you describe yourself as an insider in the USB government. That was good. That really was good and reassuring. So that because it then simply means that we can count on you, Massachusetts, to be able to. Because there is a say. How is it say that? I don't know if it's in English or something. What it takes for evil to prevail is for the good men to sit and say nothing. So that is one area we have to look onto because Ugo 247, I saw it a few days ago. He came and announced his resignation from the government. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you are in a union, organization, whatever, and you have disagreement, and if you come to a point where you feel like the disagreement is irreconcilable, then the best thing is to maybe walk away. If you tried, if it doesn't work, if it's not working, just like in any relationship, instead of causing damage to you or to others, well, you walk away. Now, but that doesn't also mean that the government or the organization is wrong. You know, the most important thing is that we are all driving towards the same direction. Our route to that direction, our route to the goal may differ, right? But so therefore, if you have a disagreement that cannot be worked out or, like I said, irreconcilable, then it's okay to walk away. But let nobody think that because somebody resign or walk away, that means that something is wrong. No. Well, if something is wrong, you have to say it. Because if you don't say it, like you yourself has also made clear, Massachusetts, that you are an insider, we will expect that if the government is going through, I wouldn't say wrong direction, but if what they are doing is against the actualization of our dreams, collective dreams, then it will be important that you speak up as an insider. Because if you don't, and at the end, it turns out that everything is wrong, then you will not be exonerated because you know about it and you didn't speak up. Now, having said that, I'm not trying to suggest in any way that they are doing anything wrong. You know, I have no reason to believe that the government under Dr. Ngozi Orebeze is doing anything wrong. Absolutely not. But it's important that we must continue to work together, work in unity. But even as we do that, we keep our eyes open, you know, because you just never know. So that is the very few thing I want to say. Maybe there's something you wanted to say, or you are going to say, but I particularly like the video of this brother that you played, because it's a major problem confronting our people, that people easily get bought over because of money. Yeah. Okochicho. This notion of Okochicho, by whatever means, they easily penetrate us to the extent that I think it was Gowan that said it, that had he known,
yeah.
So he would have. So this is a problem. It is a problem. And also in the past, Mazen Nandikano talked about this very.
He said it. Mazen Nandikano also complained the same issue. He complained it.
Yeah.
He love for money.
Yeah. You know. But it doesn't end there. It's not money, you know. It's
It's back for ego now.
You see, so these are some of the things. By the grace of God, as we move ahead, our children will begin to make them to realize the values, values that outweighs any amount of money in the world. Values that you have to hold very dearly, because at the end of the day, no matter the amount of money you have, you're not taking it anywhere, but there's something that stays and stays forever and will benefit everybody. So that is the situation, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Christian. Thank you for your words. You've spoken well. In response to what you said, the issue of my beloved brother Ugo 247 resignation, I didn't want to say anything about it, and I'm not going to say anything about that because, just as I said, for me, every one of us have different ways of handling issues. And there are certain things I don't want to get involved in or say so that it wouldn't be a kind of a discouragement to people or whatever. And the only thing I'm going to say is that when it comes to the resignation, just as you said, when somebody feels that things are not working well and he can't be able to bear it anymore, there's nothing wrong in stepping aside for the meantime. And when things gets better and there's a room for you to give your support, you can equally support. Stepping aside doesn't mean that you are no longer a Biafran or you're no longer supporting Biafra, or you are still part of the Biafra and you are still supporting in your own way. And for me, I saw his resignation letter and I read everything in there, and I can't blame him for anything. I'm not going to blame 247 for anything, not even one bit. I'm not going to blame him for anything. And some of us that are speaking online and all this, some of us, if you were in his position, maybe if you know what he will do, he knows, you might act even worse than he did. That's what I tell some people when they come to complain. That if you know what 247 know, you might do even worse than what he has done. You might even react in the more disturbing way. His reaction is not for me. I don't see it as something that is bad, and it wasn't intended to destroy anything. It was only that when, just like you said, when pressure becomes too much and you feel you can't handle it, the only thing you can do is just to step aside and watch. And watch. When you have been in there and you press on and press on and press on, and the change you expect is not coming, maybe sometimes you might even feel that you are the one hindering the progress to come. So you decide to step aside and watch and see whether the progress will come. Maybe. And when you find that, just like me, when I'm doing something, that's why most of the time I don't like to push forward too much. And most of the time when I stay in an organization, I prefer to be on the background. Because when you know too much, it's just like one of my friends, he say he doesn't like to be in financial department of a church. That once he becomes financial department of a church, that he cannot be able to worship effectively. So anywhere he is, he run away from anything that has to do with finance. He stays very, very, very far away from it. He doesn't go close. So that is it. Sometimes when things happen, we don't rush to judge the person or whatever. Or we just sit back and just like I tell people always in my platform, I say there are certain things I don't talk about. Even when people push me to speak, I don't speak. There are certain things I know that I cannot come here to begin to speak on the platform. Because I will not like someone to say it is because of what I said made you to do this, or what I said that made you take certain action. It can never come from me. You can't get that from my own side. I try as much as possible to avoid that. But I believe that the position of our brother 247 is not something that is not something that is. I don't want anybody to misunderstand it or see it in a different form. Like I have seen some people already making videos and trying to drive it to a direction that some of them we are saying that it's because of position. It has nothing to do with position. It has nothing to do with position or post. It has nothing to do with that. I have seen some people making some video. They say it's because he wanted the position. It has nothing.
No.
It has nothing to do with the position or whatever. That is rubbish. Absolute nonsense. Anywhere you see such video, don't mind those kind of things. They are just trying to say whatever they think is in their mind. So.
And you know that Ugo 247, he has also acted in should I say he has acted properly, the proper behavior of a man who is genuine and who believes in the movement. Because, like you said, if it were some, they would have seized it as opportunity to begin to rant and begin to make fabrications, you know, like what this woman in France would have done, you know, because she just doesn't have that understanding of how things goes, you know. If you have suspicion or you have demotion or you have sack, whatever it is, you can take it in good faith.
Exactly.
Maybe you'll be recalled, you know, you can serve your suspension and come back. Then you must have learned your lesson one way. Or you decide that, okay, I don't want to continue. There's also nothing wrong in that. You know, so far, Ugo 247 has behaved well, and I applaud him for that. You can continue to wish Biafra well, continue to wish that this government succeed. I will continue to pray on that they succeed, because their success is the success of every one of us. I'm telling you the truth.
Absolutely.
You know, for me, the red line is if there is a provable evidence that they are working against Biafra actualization. That I don't have any evidence of that for now. So, and for those who are insiders, if there's any evidence of that is one thing I will never be a party to. You know, as much as difficult as it is to achieving it, but I believe that if we keep pushing, you know, eventually we will get there. It takes time. Rome was not built in a day. The ultimate thing is that everybody is focused on the goal. That is freeing our people from this. Sometimes I like word to describe Nigeria. I like what to describe what Nigeria is and what Nigeria portends to Biafrans. I'm telling you the gospel truth. I know that for a fact what Nigeria portends. You know, the intention is mean, and nothing good can come out of it. Peter Obi and all this other guy, I also know what is driving them. The likes of the Peter Obi, I know what is driving them. You know, because it's just selfishness and deception in different ways, different angles. What are you going to, in 4 years, okay, 4 years, what do you do? What is that change? What is that foundation that you're going to lay in 4 years? They won't even allow you to do anything. That is it. Especially if immediately you try to deviate, immediately Peter, let's just say, okay, Peter comes in as president. Those that allowed him or put him there, they will watch him. Immediately he begin to deviate, to do something that is not in accordance with their own agenda. He run into trouble. He definitely hit the brick wall, because look at Tinubu, Tinubu is not doing anything. People say researcher is not doing anything meaningful, and they are fighting. Those who run Nigeria on behalf of the British. They are very much against him. Why? Because he's not moving at the pace they want or they expected. He's not. He's a little bit too slow for them. You know, he has introduced so many things, lots of things that benefit the caliphate, but still not fast enough for them. For them, time is of the essence. That's why they are fighting him now. That hopefully they can bring in Peter Obi or Jonathan who will become boy to them, you know. Jonathan, who was there for 6 good years.
But my brother,
Jonathan could not summon.
You see why I see people, some of us who are in that Nigerian policies are a bunch of idiots. They don't know what they are doing. What do you think will be a result in an election with Tinubu, Jonathan, and Peter Obi? A Tinubu that won election when he was not a president, when he was nobody.
In fact, the election that he did not win.
The election he did not win.
He
snatched it.
Grabbed it and ran with it.
And now that he's a president, you bring good luck.
All the incumbent power and everything, and you think, you know, now Jonathan, like
with the presence of Jonathan, Peter Obi cannot get the number of votes he got before. Never.
But even to come to think about it, Jonathan, who was there as president for 6 good years, this guy do not have the courage. Neither did he just absolutely have nothing in him to effect a change, a lasting change, a meaningful change that will impact his people. And they will put everything online. They put everything on the line for Jonathan, including blood, life, sweat, everything. They voted for Jonathan overwhelmingly, 100%. Laura Akuyele, these people, they put their life on the line for Jonathan. And even when Jonathan came in, the Igbo were still paying the ultimate price, the antagonism, the attacks on the Igbo. Because in a way, they will say it's Igbo when it's convenient for them, good Lord Jonathan Ebele, and when it's not convenient, they say it's from South or it's from Rivers. So, but Jonathan did not have the courage to even say that the whole of the entirety of Old Eastern region, the so-called South and Southeast, not even one functioning seaport or one functioning international airport, he could not even one for good 6 years. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Knowing the value and the importance, the contribution that these two infrastructure will bring to our people. People underestimate this thing when we say it. And sometimes when you talk about these very two particular infrastructure, there are some people, including Biafrans, I don't know, maybe because they don't understand the importance of it, or they are just among the enemies within. I don't know what it is, but I cannot emphasize it enough. If we have a functioning seaport, where are the importers and for the most part the importers? Maybe the exporters too. The Igbo. Everybody knows that. We travel the most. If you have this seaport and international airport in our place, you have solved more than maybe 70 to 80% of the problem, including the problem of they are wanderers, or they can't stay, or they this, that. If that is solved, right? Not minding that Biafra is, you cannot stop. Nobody can stop Biafra. That is a proven fact. It can't be stopped.
But my brother Christian, do you know I have more hope on Jonathan than Peter Obi? I will tell you why. Jonathan was there for 6 years. Within these 6 years, if you check the system of government of Nigeria and the way they operate, forget about the 1 year. The other, we can say it was only his term. The other one is completed that of the program of his Ayeradua. Let's say he's there for 4 years. His own program was 4 years, and Jonathan never expected that they're going to take him out in the next year of it. And Jonathan cannot come and start with a project of his own section in that first 4 years. He will not. Because of the way the Fulanis operate. And when we check what he accomplished within that 4 years, every single project that Buhari completed was Jonathan that started it. And Jonathan went ahead to conduct a constitutional conference which he wanted to implement on the second tenure. And they took him by surprise. Now Peter Obi is coming to tell you that 4 years, within 4 years, he's going to do everything. Do you believe him?
Yeah, but okay, I understand your point on that angle, but again, being a politician, a seasoned politician, because Jonathan has been around a long time. He was a governor, he was a deputy, he was this, he was that, right? You understand, you must be able to understand the system in which you operate. So he had the 2 years, okay, let's say it was a completion of Yaradua's term, right?
Yeah, that's Yaradua's project. He had to complete it. His own was 4.
When the people voted you in, when they now voted you for 4 years, the same 4 years that Peter Obi is asking for now, that would have been enough for you to know that one of the things that has put the entire old Eastern region, that one of the things that has put them in a state of perpetual marginalization and subjugation is the fact that when we import things from here, from Europe or America, whatever, it has to land in Yoruba land. They have the absolute, they oversees what happens in their land. Now, if we travel, it's either we travel and land in Abuja, which is not, whether you like it or not, or Lagos, which is also Yoruba land. So considering even the revenue generation from this thing, it's not helping our cause. In the entire old Eastern region, it's a minus, not a plus.
But my brother Christian, try to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In Nigerian system of politics, there is no way Jonathan will start with that project in his first term and win the second term. Never.
Well, but that's the point. You don't have to focus on winning second term.
That is how they operate now. That is the system of Nigeria now. That is how it works.
Wait. My focus. I'm speaking about me now.
Exactly.
My focus should be going there and get things done. If I don't win for second term, so be it. But you have won something, you put it on the ground, not for yourself, but for your people, for your generation on board. This is how people with that nationalistic mindset, this is how they work. It can't be me about second term. You have first time to do something that will outlast you and that will bring succor to the generation unborn and free them from total subjugation. This is the mindset that we ought to have. So if you do it and they don't like it, therefore they don't vote to second term, so be it. You are not the only first person that did not win second term, but do something for even that first time you have and walk away. And your people will remember you for that. And they will stand behind you. When there's call for action, they will be there. But he didn't do it. He was aiming towards winning second term. He embarked on a policy of appeasement. Appeasement to the caliphate, appeasement to the Yorubas. Meanwhile, they've all ganged up against you. And at the end, you did nothing and you didn't win. So you lose on both sides. So that's my point, bro.
That is it. That's it. But in Nigeria, the way they are things, well, I wish we can have people with that kind of mindset. You are just trying to explain now. But all of them, including this P2B, if he gets there, he is not going to do anything. Our situation will be worse.
Nothing.
Already, you see him in the north going to appease them. He's making donation everywhere except his own region.
Appeasement.
Making donation everywhere except his own region. If something happened to his own place, he will never say anything. He won't do anything. But when it happens to other places, he will begin to go. So I hope that they wake up and realize that the only solution remains Biafra. Biafra remains the only solution. There is nothing you can do in Nigeria that is going to work. Nothing. There is no angel you bring to make it work. It will never work. You will also go back to... don't worry. After Tinubu left now, they will bring somebody else. You begin to hear that they wish that Tinubu comes back. Can you believe that somebody is wishing that Buhari comes back? Can you believe that? That people are wishing that Tinubu should take them back to where Buhari left them. You can imagine.
Because the problem in Nigeria is not personality problem, it's foundational problem. And they say the foundation is completely disintegrated, brought down completely. Nothing's gonna work. Anybody you like bring there is the same thing because the foundation was laid in such a way that it will never ever succeed, never work, and it will never work. You can deceive yourself all you like.
Never, it can never work.
So how can you gather people and build up a system that will kind of just just hold everybody down? If you cannot express yourself, you are not even creative because they will bring it down just to make sure you stay. It's crazy, my brother.
Very crazy. You're welcome, my brother Maxwell. Bro Max, you're welcome. Go ahead and mute yourself.
Bro Maxwell,
Thank you.
No.
My brothers, good morning to you. How are you?
Would they like Delegiwa? But our own case, we say we know the difference between ordinary letter and letter bomb.
Don't worry. That's it.
Yeah.
You see, for me, anybody that is up to now that doesn't know the evil that is going in that country and how text that Nigeria is, that person is still learning. I think that person is still waking up from their sleep. You cannot beat the Igbo people and think that it will be the same. You can't marginalize the Igbo people and think that it will be the same. There is an argument that is going on social media. I was with some few Europeans. I told them there, I said, look, the Igbos will leave Lagos. The generation, the IGR of Lagos is so huge. It's so. I said, look, there is something you people do not understand. There is something you people do not understand. How do you want to tell me that the headquarters of the oil companies, multinationals that are operating in Biafra land are in Lagos? Where do they pay the tax? The airport and the rest of them that is there.